Once upon a time, there was a village nestled between rolling green hills. It wasn't just any village, though. It was a village where all the animals lived together in peace. You could see fluffy sheep grazing alongside playful puppies, and clever foxes sharing jokes with chubby pandas. Everyone got along swimmingly. The animals loved to throw parties, and springtime meant their biggest bash of the year, the Spring Festival. This year, everyone was extra excited. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the air was filled with the delicious smells of freshly baked pies and cakes. Bunnies hopped around, helping to set up tables, while a squirrel orchestra tuned their instruments. A family of ducks quacked merrily as they strung colorful lanterns across the town square. Everything was perfect, and everyone was ready to have the best time ever. Little did they know, a tiny buzz in the distance would soon turn their excitement into worry. The party was in full swing. Music filled the air. Animals were laughing and dancing, and the feast had just begun. Suddenly, a strange sound made everyone stop and look up. Buzz! What was that? It started as a low hum, but quickly grew louder and louder. Buzz! The animals searched for the source of the noise. Their eyes widened as they spotted a huge, dark cloud approaching the town square. It was a gigantic swarm of bees. Panic erupted. Animals screamed and ran for cover. Bees! Yelled a frightened goat, scrambling under a table. Run for your lives! Shouted a nervous hedgehog, diving into a flower pot. The happy music stopped, the laughter died down, and the delicious smells were forgotten. The Spring Festival was in trouble. Amidst all the chaos, one animal remained calm: Penny the pig. Penny was known for her love of snacks, especially her favorite treat, honey. But she was also known for her big heart and her willingness to help anyone in need. Seeing her friends scattering in fear, Penny knew she had to do something. "Don't panic, everyone!" she shouted, her voice surprisingly loud for her small size. "I have an idea!" The animals froze in their tracks. "An idea?" squeaked a tiny mouse, peeking out from behind a cheese board. "But they're bees, and they have stingers!" Penny took a deep breath. "Don't worry," she said confidently. "I know just what to do. Trust me." With that, she grabbed a jar of honey from the picnic table and set off towards the edge of the town square. Section 4. Honey Saves the Day. Penny, holding the jar of honey high above her head, stepped out to face the swarm. The bees buzzed angrily, their tiny wings beating furiously. But Penny stood her ground, her heart pounding with determination. She carefully opened the jar of honey, letting the sweet aroma waft towards the bees. The bees, immediately attracted to the irresistible scent, began to calm down. Their buzzing softened, and they circled curiously around Penny and the honey jar. Taking a deep breath, Penny started walking slowly away from the town square, the jar of honey leading the way. The bees, completely mesmerized by the honey, followed closely behind. Penny, with her unusual procession, disappeared over the hill, leaving the village and her friends safe and sound. And Section 5. Hooray for Penny the Protector! A hush fell over the town square. The animals cautiously peeked out from their hiding places, their eyes scanning for any sign of the bees. To their relief, the coast was clear. The swarm was gone. Cheers erupted. The animals rushed towards Penny, who was returning to the town square, a triumphant smile on her face. "You saved us, Penny!" cried a grateful rabbit, throwing her arms around Penny. "You're a hero!" shouted a relieved sheep, patting Penny on the back. The Spring Festival was back on. The music restarted, the laughter returned, and the animals danced with joy. Penny, the bravest pig in the village, was the guest of honor. She was showered with hugs, compliments, and a giant slice of honey cake. From that day on, Penny was known as Penny the Protector. The animals had learned that even a small pig with a love for honey could be a big hero. And as for Penny, she learned that being brave doesn't mean you aren't scared. It means doing the right thing, even when you are.